Picture your favorite sports bar on a Sunday. You are surrounded by dozens of massive screens, perfectly synchronized, zero lag, capturing every single angle of the game.
Yeah, and we completely take that magic for granted.
We really do. But behind the drywall is a digital nervous system so insanely complex, like a single microsecond power blip would just shatter the entire illusion.
It's actually wild when you look at what's really happening back there.
Okay, let's unpack this, because today we are diving into the invisible infrastructure of commercial audiovisual setups. We got our hands on this massive sitemap and product catalog from HDTVSupply, and it completely reframes how these spaces actually function.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at a wall of screens and you just see the game, but the sheer volume of data moving through that building is just staggering.
Right.
To pull off a seamless 160 TV setup, you rely on something called a modular matrix switcher.
Right, and these switchers are handling 160 inputs and 160 outputs all at the exact same time. Think of it like an impossibly fast digital switchboard operator.
Yep.
It's instantly routing any video feed, say a live camera from a stadium, to any specific screen in the bar, all over C6 cables.
And those CT6 cables are absolutely crucial to the whole operation. We aren't talking about your standard home Wi-Fi here.
No, definitely not.
These are thick, shielded data pipes, physically running through the walls. They are necessary because they carry massive gigabytes of uncompressed video data without even a millisecond of lag.
Which is huge.
Yeah, and when you add in the 8K video wall processors that stitch multiple separate screens into one giant unified image, I mean, the data traffic becomes astronomical.
It's basically like being an air traffic controller for data. You've got all these heavy data packets landing exactly where they need to, perfectly on time.
That is a great way to put it.
But I want to push back on this a little bit, because an air traffic controller has standardized radar and one control tower. Here we are dealing with hundreds of different brands.
Yeah, that's true.
With so many moving parts, how does a system this massive not just constantly crash under its own weight?
Well, what's fascinating here is that this immense scale actually forces a highly collaborative ecosystem. No single manufacturer builds the entire chain from the camera to the speaker.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you look at the strategic partnerships required to build these setups, it's a literal army of tech giants. You've got Canon for imaging, Dell for data processing, Bose and Yamaha for the audio.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, because they don't just magically plug in and work together. They have to constantly perform these standardized digital handshakes.
Right, the routing system has to perfectly time code the audio and the video.
Exactly. If the sound of a bat hitting a baseball goes through a Yamaha audio processor and the video goes through a Dell server, they have to travel down that CT6 cable and hit the screen at the exact same microsecond.
Otherwise, the audio drifts and the whole bar notices the lag. It is a highly choreographed digital dance.
It really is.
But if we connect this to the bigger picture, there's a single point of failure that brings every one of those tech giants to their knees.
Wait, really? What is it?
Out of everything required to run this, the matrix switchers, the 8K processors, the miles of copper cable, the most vital component is actually a battery.
A battery.
Specifically a heavy-duty backup, like the SurgeX battery replacement kit for 2200VA units.
Okay, I saw that SurgeX kit on the inventory list, and my first thought was, why are we worrying about batteries in a $1 million 8K setup?
It seems out of place, right?
Yeah, but it's not just some standard AA battery. That VA stands for volt amps. We're talking about a massive power reservoir just sitting quietly in the server rack.
Right. It is the ultimate unsung hero. Think about the underlying mechanics of all those digital handshakes we just talked about.
Yeah.
All that $1 million tech is completely useless without perfectly clean, uninterrupted power. In a digital matrix this precise, a microsecond power blip doesn't just make a screen flicker.
It drops the digital handshakes.
Exactly. It severs the time codes. It forces the entire 160-channel routing system to just hard reboot.
Oh, wow. So without that SurgeX battery bridging the gap during a tiny power fluctuation, a brief storm outside means the entire sports bar goes black and stays black for 5 minutes while the servers reboot.
Precisely. It prevents a total system collapse.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Next time you are sitting in a sports bar, take your eyes off the game for just a second.
Just for a second.
Yeah. Look around the room and appreciate the hidden matrix switchers, the miles of Cat6 cable in the walls, and that heroic battery backup holding the entire digital illusion together so you don't miss a single play.
It totally changes your perspective on the room. Interestingly, among all the heavy tech specs in these AV catalogs, You will still find basic how-to guides asking simple questions like, how far do I sit in front of my HDTV?
Because, I mean, you can only sit so close to a massive screen before you just can't even take it all in.
Exactly, and this raises an important question. As these commercial AV systems push relentlessly into 8K resolutions and massive 10 by 1 video walls, will our basic human biology and our limited field of vision eventually become the ultimate bottleneck for this ever-expanding technology?
Are we engineering screens that simply outpace our own eyes? Definitely something for you to ponder the next time you find yourself staring at a giant wall of screens.